Hello, hello. How are you doing? That was an impression of me the last time I almost gave a blowjob, and he was like, "Could you not?" And I was like, fair enough. But I'm on the apps, right? I'm on the apps, the dating apps, the ones where you can do a little bit of this, do a little bit of this, you can do a little bit of that, but less of that because it hurts, But I'm on the apps, it's easy on a day off to be scrolling through pages of beautiful people and start to feel really down about the way you feel about yourself. It's not that I have a bad body, I just have like a casual body. If these guys are a J. Crew, I'm more of a Joe Fresh. And it's just something you gotta be okay with. But I get upset because I'm like, why am I letting this app dictate the way I feel about myself? These things are fundamentally problematic, dating apps. And my biggest bone to pick with a dating app is the fact that they have pro versions, right? Like Tinder Pro. It doesn't make sense to me because by the very notion of dating, oh God, well, what did I want to say? The very notion of dating would imply that becoming a pro would simply take you out of the game, right? It doesn't make you better, but we've still got Tinder Pro, Bumble Pro, Scruff Pro, Grindr Pro, J-Date Pro, Mahjong Multiplay Pro, find the guy you talked to at a Jimmy's Coffee for 15 minutes about German synth pop Pro. That one was Instagram and it took like half an hour, but now what? What do you say to him? But we've got these pro versions, and they're wrong. The word pro is what I have a problem with, It's like giving little Tim in Little League a $30 million contract in a gambling addiction, while Sammy Sosa and Baseball Joe cry in the parking lot because their mom won't give them their iPad back. Those are the only two baseball players that I know. But the word pro is just wrong. Like at very best, we're bench warmers for those of us who pay for the app, We're bench warmers just waiting anxiously for our turn at bat, like. And he runs away. But the pros, they're strategically called in every once in a while, to take a swing a couple times a week or a few times a month, or if you're married, maybe like twice a year, right, Mom? Oh, more than that? Like a month? More than that? Damn. Okay, don't rub it in. But speaking of my mom, have I told you guys about my mom yet? Speaking of my mom, so technically my mom, if we're speaking about her, my mother technically outed me. For those of you who don't know what that means, it means when someone forces you out of the closet before you're ready. and I'm not mad at her. No, it's good. But she would be mortified that I'm telling this many people about it. So to protect her identity, why don't we call her by her legal name, Noelle? So one day, me and Noelle, we're driving to IKEA, playing our classic hits like Michael Bublé, Jason Mraz, the stuff that really gets Noelle going, But we get to IKEA, and we're gonna have a little pre-maze meatball. And we sit down, and out of character, Noelle whips out a question that, how do you say it, is like anxiety-inducing and life-ending for anyone in the closet. She asks you one of those like, so you seeing anybody lately? Is there anyone special in your life? Oh, no. Yes! And you reply, no, Mom, I'm not fucking seeing anybody! And you wipe your bangs aside and adjust your lip ring. I'm giving myself way too much credit in the teen angst department. Because if you couldn't tell, I used to be 18. And if you also couldn't tell, I used to be in 3 choirs at the same time. So it sounded a lot more like, I'm fine and I'm gonna be alone forever. And naturally it got a little silent. Until Noelle came up with this move. She said 2 words. I know. Yeah, are you kidding? So I said, Now what? To which she replies with, "You tell me." No, not how it works. So I said, "Tell you what?" And she said, "I know." And I said, "I know you know, but what do you know?" She said, "You tell me." And I said, "Tell you what?" And she said, "I know." And I said, "I know you know, but what do you know?" And she said, "You tell me." And I said, "Tell you what?" And she said, "I know." And I said, "I know you know." And she said, "You tell me." And she said, "Tell you what?" And she said, "I know." And I said, "You know what?" She said, "You tell me." And I said, "Tell you what? That I'm gay?" Yeah. You know, in the moment it sounded a lot less like Tracy Morgan and a lot more like any of the gay guys from Glee, but it worked. You know, I came out to my mother in an IKEA next to a beautiful family of 5 trying to enjoy their meatball platter. Yeah, IKEA is a great place for powerful family conversations. And you know, it's not fair because I think my family knew I was gay a lot longer than I did, you know? Considering how many times I got caught in my mother's leather knee-high boots. I should have known. But there was one day when it truly hit me. I found my purpose. I was watching Planet Earth, you know? And I'm sitting there and David Attenborough is explaining the mating patterns of the blue birds of paradise off the coast of Macau. And he said, and I quote, "The most fabulous bird wins over the female bird." And I was like, perfect. This is God's sneaky plan. God's sneaky plan to make me so fabulous that I get the girl of my dreams to notice me. Only problem was the girl of my dreams had an Adam's apple and a mustache. Sneaky, sneaky God. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's my time, everybody. Okay.